Really serious injury. Jordan has torn his ACL. The tests we've done so far don't appear to reveal other knowledge, but I want to be cautious and say that until we go in and do the surgery, we won't know that for sure. We are going to rule him out for the season. He is going to, surgery probably in a couple of weeks once the swelling goes down and he can build up the strength of the muscles around it. But what we are going to do here is we are going to approach this as what's best for Jordan's career long term. We think he's a sounder for the long term. He's in the organization's long-term plans. We do have to sign a forward now to replace him for this season, and we're going to pursue that going forward. But Jordan is part of the Sounders. That hasn't changed. It's not going to change. Again, we're going to do what's best for him long term, and that might mean a longer recovery period from this ACL to make sure that we're not putting him in a position where he might re-injure himself. And so that's the approach we're going to take.
How urgent? I'm sorry. How is Jordan?
He's down. I mean, he's a young man who's suffered a devastating injury. So it's tough. He had come back from the hamstring issue and had been healthy for a couple of months and had been playing better and better and come out of the national team camp and had banged a couple of goals in preseason, and we really felt good about him. Thought he was in good form and was really rounding back into where he wanted to be, and to now not be able to play soccer again for a long period of time is it stinks for the kid. I mean, it's really tough.
Just to go back, based on the initial tests you've done, is there legitimate concern there's more damage than just the ACL?
I want to be very careful that I am not a medical professional here. So the advice we are getting is that we are not aware of other damage. But likewise, that they want to go in and make sure that that's the case before we come out and tell you guys, hey, there's nothing else going on.
And do you have a timeline when the surgery is?
I think it'll probably be in the next couple of weeks. When by that I mean the next 2 to 3 weeks roughly. And again, it depends on the swelling in the knee and how that heals and progresses.
Are you guys looking to have the surgery done here locally, or are you sending them outside of the area?
I don't know if that's determined, but certainly we'll look at what the best options are.
Can you comment where in the process you might be looking for or negotiating to sign another forward at the moment?
What I would say is that we were not focused on signing a fast number 9 striker because we had Jordan Morris on our team. We felt like we had a really good mix of forwards. We had a really good goal scorer in Clint Dempsey, a veteran player. We had in Bruin, a very powerful player. And we had Morris, a really fast player. So we had a really good complement of skill sets in terms of playing in that position in a 4-2-3-1. And so now we're obviously going to have to revise our search a little bit. Look, we're always prepared in the sense that you always have lists of players. But, look, this is going to alter our focus a little bit. And we're going to have to embark on a slightly different path now, knowing that we need to bring in a forward for this year.
How urgent would that be? Go ahead.
How urgent would that be? Is that something that you're willing to take care of now because you need it, or are you willing to wait until?
I'm going to give you the same answer that I've given 4 different ways. I think we have a good team. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think we have a good team because we have 16 of the 19 guys back who have played in the last 2 MLS Cups and we've won a title. I think Clint Dempsey's a really good player. I think Will Bruin's a really good player. I think they've been really good players for roughly a decade. So this idea, again, that the sky is falling because we miss a player for an injury is just preposterous to me. Now, does this mean we're going to be the absolute best team in the league and we can always improve. We always get better. But I honestly find it disrespectful that we are underrating our locker room and our players, and we are not giving credit to the guys who got us here. And you do not look at one game, one bad final, and say, man, everything stinks. We're going to redo this whole team from scratch. And we need to replace Jordan. Jordan was a really good player. But again, just brass tacks. We played for 4 months without Jordan last year. We lost 1 game in that time. So we're going to be patient. We're going to look for the right deal. We're going to bring in a DP if that's appropriate. We're going to bring in a TAM player if that's appropriate. But we believe in this group. We believe that we're a good enough team to start the season. And that's how we're going to approach this.
The timing obviously limits some of your options because the transfer windows aren't open. How does that play into just how you examine your needs at that position? And is summer probably a more realistic option for bringing in a player like that?
It's a really good question. There are pros and cons. So as of March 1st, we would kind of be the only game in town. So what I mean by that is China's window closes. Russia is closed at that point. So in terms of other big money bidders, when you're talking about these DP type players, if there's a player out there that wants to switch teams to get playing time ahead of the World Cup, we would literally be the only destination you could come to. So you could get a really good deal in that time frame. Now our window's open until May, so we have an opportunity to do that. There will be more choices and also more competition in the summer. So basically, if you can find the right deal now, by all means, we're going to do it. But likewise, because we believe we have a solid foundation, and we have other good forwards, so we throw Lamar Nagel in there as well, that we believe that we're able to wait until the summer with a pretty good team and you know, get through until we can add the right player for us. Because again, we view these decisions as 3 to 5 year decisions, not just short term.
Can you talk about the second leg and what you expect on Thursday?
Sure. Santa Tecla's pretty good. We saw that down there in El Salvador. So we got our work cut out for us. We need to win a game at home. And I think we've done a lot of that before. I think we're capable of winning the game at home in the return leg. You know, we got to obviously go out and score a goal. So, I mean, in that sense, the task is really simple. It's go out and take the ball to them and try to get ahead and get a lead and then hopefully salt the game away. And, again, with guys like Dempsey and Bruin and Ladero and Ikram is going to be eligible for the first time in this game, you got a lot of firepower that you can bring to bear in a game like this. So hopefully that can get us a goal. And if we get a goal, play some good defense, get another goal, and then hopefully we get out of here with a win in advance and head into LAFC with a little win behind our sails.
In your opinion, is there any S2 players that maybe are up there and could potentially help out the first team due to many
I don't think it's a really good question, Nico. Thank you. I don't think that there are kids on S2 right now that are going to come up in the short term. I think the kids that we have down there right now are longer term prospects. To be clear, I think we have a lot of talent down there now, probably more than we ever have. But it's guys that are 2 and 3 years out for the most part, not guys that are going to come in the short term and replace Jordan Morris.